Okay, sorry guys to disturb you. You're saying you can't hear the recording. Okay, let me try to fix it.
A cargo. So slaves were regarded like cargo, goods, commodities that were going to be sold. Therefore, it's written a cargo. Cargo, that is your answer. Question 2. Why are the slaves described as prime, healthy? Why are the slaves described as prime, healthy? Let's go back. You can see here, prime, healthy. Why were they labeled as prime, healthy? To attract more slave buyers. So they had to mention that the slaves were in good condition. Remember, it's like they were selling goods. So in order for other slave buyers to come and buy the slaves, they had to mention that the slaves were in good health. That's why they were described prime, healthy. Question 3. How do the images of the slaves in the advertisement support the statement prime, healthy? Let's look at the images. These two. You can see they are fit, they're strong. Shows that they are healthy and good. They're in good condition. You can see they're strong and fit. They look strong and fit. Question 4. Why do you think the word Negroes is in big, bold type? Why do you think the word Negroes is in big, bold type? Let's go back and check. You can see the word Negroes in bold type is big, big letters. Why? What was the reason for putting that word in big, bold letters? Negroes were regarded as cheap labor and inferior. So it was a way of attracting more slave buyers. So if people would see the word Negroes in big letters, it would attract them. Especially the slave buyers. When they see the advertisement, written Negroes, they would want to go there and buy the slaves. So that is the reason why the word Negroes was in big, bold letters. Question 5. Why do you think the advert says just arrived? Let's go back. Where is just arrived? Here? Just arrived. Why? Did they have to put that in in the advertisement just arrived. Remember, these are slaves being referred to. Just arrived. It was because they wanted to tell the slave buyers that the slaves are still fresh. They just arrived from West Africa. The slaves are new on the market. They haven't worked anywhere as slaves. So they're still fresh. They just arrived. They haven't worked anywhere before. So this would attract more slave buyers, the slave traders. They will be interested in buying those new slaves. And then we're going to look at today's topic. We are still continuing with the transatlantic slave trade, but we are going to focus on the impact of the transatlantic slave trade on slaves. How did the slave trade affect slaves? In what way? So we're going to look at slave life on the plantations. How was their life on plantations? So, how was the life of slaves on the plantations? What do you think? Do you think they were living a good life? A nice life? They were enjoying? What do you think? Take a moment and think about it. Do you think they were being treated fairly? How was their life on plantations for those slaves that were taken from West Africa to American South? Let's look into detail the slave life on those plantations. The life of slaves was very hard and painful. They suffered, these people. They worked long hours every day and even longer during busy periods. Like, for example, during harvest time, their working hours will be extended. They had no time to rest. They worked long hours every day. Slaves were given jobs according to gender, age, and strength. So there were certain jobs for males, certain jobs for females, certain jobs for women, certain jobs for children, certain jobs for old people. So these jobs were according to gender, age, and strength. So when these slaves arrived from West Africa, during the auction, the slave buyers would say, okay, this is a man, he's strong, he's fit, by looking at him. Then they will say, okay, this one is going to work at this place, doing this job. Oh, this is a woman. Oh, she's not fit to work on the plantations. She can work in the house of their masters. Oh, there are also children of this age. They can do this job. That is how they gave them jobs, those slaves. Men would work in skilled jobs, those jobs that require skills and a lot of labor, they were given to men, where they would use machinery and equipment. What about women? Women worked as house servants, tailors. So they would do the cleaning in the house, washing. Or also taking care of the children of the masters. Children were also given work to do, like for example, fetching water and also feeding livestock. Those were the types of jobs for children. There were strict rules for slaves. Life was not pleasant at all for them. It was difficult. So the rules were strict for them. They had no freedom. They had no rights at all. It was very bad. Here you can see the pictures showing the slaves on the plantations. You can see here, they are working in the plantations. You see this is the master. He's supervising on his horse while these African slaves are working. Look here, these are slaves. So here, this is cotton. Even the children, you can see. It was so sad. You can see here they're working. The master is moving around, checking, supervising. And this were their accommodation. So that is how the slave life was like on the plantations. They worked very hard, these slaves. Slaves were treated cruelly. Severe punishment was used for disobedience. If you tried to misbehave, you were punished severely by being beaten or even being beaten to death. The saddest part is slave families were separated. Remember when those slaves were taken from West Africa, they left their families there. Even if they were brought as a family, when they reach American South, maybe different buyers will buy the family. A child will go to another master. The husband will go to another buyer. The mother will go to another buyer. And the families were separated in that way. They were given unhealthy and inadequate food. Very little food was provided for the slaves. It was so sad, very bad. They were given separate rooms for accommodation. So they were not allowed to sleep in the master's house. They were given a small space far away from the house, or they were told to build their own houses. Other slaves had to build their own shacks to live in. They had little furniture provided, or no furniture at all. So little furniture was provided for them, a small bed. Others, they slept on the floor. They were given old clothes of their masters. So no new clothes were being bought for them. Those old rags, they were given to them. the old clothes for their masters. They had to grow vegetables in gardens outside their sheds. Remember, the food that they were given, it was very little. So they had to grow vegetables, do their subsistence farming on where they stayed. They grew vegetables to support their families. Here in the pictures, you can see the women washing. Those are the jobs that they did. You can see here, this shows that it's an old woman. You can see the men carrying. This looks like cotton. You can see here, their houses, they were like this, the cabins. Sometimes they would build these cabins for themselves. Maybe this was a family, you can see here. Here they are working, the women, the men. Remember, they worked all day without rest. If you misbehaved, if you didn't obey, you will be punished, beaten, didn't they? It was so sad, you can see. Okay, so we've come to the end of the lesson. Let's just go through what we did. Let's go through what we did. So we looked at slave life on the plantations, how the slaves lived on the plantations in American South, how they were treated, the conditions they lived on. Now for the homework. Please, grade 7s, do your homework. It's always good to do your homework. There's only one question, but you're going to write in a paragraph of 10 lines, whereby you explain the life experiences of slaves on the plantations. In a paragraph of 10 lines, explain the life experiences of slaves on the plantations. Remember to follow the instruction of the question. When they say paragraph, you're supposed to write a paragraph. So you're writing a paragraph of 10 lines explaining the life experiences of slaves on the plantations. Make sure you do your homework, grade 7s. So just copy the question first or take a screenshot. Okay, I hope you're done, grade 7s. Copying your question. Make sure you do your homework, please. Thank you so much. It was nice having you, grade 7s. If you've got any questions, you can email me. My second email is that one. Take care. I'll see you again tomorrow, same time. Please do your homework. Be safe. Keep warm. Bye.
Okay, guys, this is the end of your lesson. Thank you so much for understanding. And tomorrow your teacher will be present. So if you have questions, you can send an email or you can ask it tomorrow before the lesson of tomorrow starts. Thank you.